Phone calls, at least for a couple more minutes. Next to Colesville, Texas, on the Republican line, John. What do you have to say?
Yes. Well, to me, he's no different than Al Capone. I think the federal government attorney general ought to go after him vigorously, just like they did him. And if he has tax evasion, they ought to lock him up and throw away the key. That's just how I feel about him in Congress.
In New York, in Charlie Rangel's home state, Brian on our Independence line. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think it's really a remarkable spectacle to hear Republicans talking about corruption this way. I mean, I have an adopted daughter, and we were in D.C. for those tea parties, and it was just awful, some of the things that people shouted at her when we were getting coffee. I mean, I can't imagine how people expect the Republican Party to pick up votes anywhere outside the South.
Thanks, John. Brian. Jack now in Bradenton, Florida, on our Democrats line. Jack, go ahead.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Jack from Bradenton. I just want to say I hang out on IRC on the Internet. It's Internet Relay Chat.
Yeah.
And I hang out in a political chat room where there's literally 200 people at all times, constantly stream of information. And I consider myself a progressive liberal. I don't know what you can make with that. I'm also only 25. Yet, I believe that this really should be brought to the forefront. This information, I mean, just millions of dollars. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, don't jump to conclusions, but still, there is a valid point to this.
What does that IRC stand for?
Internet Relay Chat.
Jack, thanks for the input. Viewers can find more information, by the way, about the resolution on Representative Rangel at our website at cspan.org. We have posted the John Carter resolution there. Also, the House Ethics Committee, we have a link to that, ethics.gov, the official committee called the Standards of Official Conduct. There are 8 members of that committee. Zoe Lofgren, Democrat of California, she's the chair. Joe Bonner, the Republican ranking member from Alabama. To Danny in Sanford, North Carolina, on our Democrats line. Go ahead. Danny, you're on the air.
Yes. This is just a continuance of what's been going on. This was tabled originally when it was brought up. Then they had another issue brought up by the Republican Party that they had 214 cases of campaign fraud and tax evasion. And they didn't mention it being Democrat, or all Republican. Then they turned around. Now, this is the second time on Rangel, and nothing's being done. Pelosi knows all about this stuff. If Pelosi knows about it, the president knows about it. That means they are blocking an official legal procedure.
The New York Post reported on Wednesday that Charlie Rangel secured a $3 million earmark. This is from the Politico in the House's Defense Appropriations Bill for another arm of the City College of New York. A couple more calls here from Virginia, Dorchester, on our Republican line. And Sandy, welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm a lifetime Democrat, and this just...
Well, this says you're on a Republican line there, Sandy. Which one are you?
I'm a Democrat.
Okay, you're calling on the wrong line.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, go ahead with your comment.
Well, but I think they should kick him off. I think they should kick him out of Congress. It's an embarrassment. And for the rest of Congress to act the way that the Democrats, to act like this is nothing, it's embarrassment to the party, to my party, Democrat Party. And the guy that called in about the Tea Party, saying things to his girl, I don't believe a word of it.
Cheryl in Hampton, Georgia. Go ahead.
Yes.
On our Republican line. Are you a Republican there, Cheryl?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I feel like that Mr. Rangel should have the Congress, should have him not be involved in politics until he has come clean and he has decided that he is going to tell all, and he is no longer under being investigated. Whether they're Democrat or Republican, I feel like they need to be held up to some type of a standard. And unfortunately, if we have a Democrat, they seem to just sweep it under the rug. And most of the time, the Republicans step down. They are basically forced to, but they feel the obligation to do that. However, Nancy Pelosi and the rest of her party tend to want to sweep it under the rug as if nothing happened. And this has been going on with Charlie Rangel way too long.